Hey, this is Ian Madrigal. I'm the creative activist known for dressing up as the Monopoly Man and sitting behind wealthy CEOs as they testify in front of Congress. So had to get there super early to reserve a spot in line. Unfortunately, Facebook packed the room. They actually paid a private company to hold a spot in line for 10 of their people so that they could all be behind Zuckerberg and block me out. And really the purpose of me doing that stunt was to call attention to the fact that Facebook is a monopoly. It doesn't have a real competitor in what it does. It takes over this entire market, holds all of our data, and doesn't actually take care of it. Because of the Russian connection, I traded out my trademark $100 bills for Russian rubles, and kind of did the normal thing I do. I really want to thank Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, our kind of rising star over here in the U.S.
Do you see a potential problem here with a complete lack of fact-checking on political advertisements? So you won't take down lies, or you will take down lies? I think it's just a pretty simple yes or no.
For calling out what Facebook is doing to harm the 2020 presidential election, they have changed their ad policy, so now they allow politicians to effectively just lie, just make up things in their political ads. They refuse to fact check, they refuse to take down ads that are lying or potentially even inciting violence.
You announced recently that the official policy of Facebook now allows politicians to pay to spread disinformation.
This is a huge issue. This is going to impact our elections to come. It might get Donald Trump reelected. So I'm really glad she called that out. Unfortunately, Mark Zuckerberg didn't have an answer. We saw this huge data breach in the U.S. when Facebook gave our data to Cambridge Analytica, which then worked with Russian organizations to basically flood our political system with propaganda around the 2016 election.
Mr. Zuckerberg, what year and month did you personally first become aware of Cambridge Analytica?
I'm not sure of the exact time, but it was probably around the time when it became public. I think Congresswoman, I don't know that often.
You don't know. This was the largest data scandal with respect to your company that had catastrophic impacts on the 2016 election. You don't know?
News reports showed that 134 million Americans saw Russian disinformation because of that data breach. Donald Trump won the Electoral College by 70,000 votes. So it's pretty clear that Facebook's misuse of our data is at least a contributing factor to what got Donald Trump elected, and is what led to all this chaos in our country. And much like Google CEO Sundar Pichai, when he testified in December, and I also went to that hearing, they don't know what they're doing. Most of the answers they give to the members of Congress are just saying, oh, I'll get back to you later. They're not committing to anything in public. They essentially see themselves as unaccountable. They have all of this money, all of these resources, and all of this influence, and so they don't really care what the government does to try to stop them.
I think lying is bad, and I think if you were to run an ad that had a lie, that would be bad.